やるか。はい。死んでいる。
Well then, Frumple, that was quite the case, wasn't it?
Oh, indeed so. Already made the evening edition, don't you know? I picked up a copy when I went to buy the boat ticket. We'll be quite the heroes, I think.
Hopefully they don't dwell too much on the part where one of the Weasel gang cracked you over the head with a pool cue and nearly made off with all the gold, eh?
Wretched blighter called me from behind.
Still, all worked out in the end, my friend, and just in time too, as you have this party with Admiral Guilford to attend.
Look, who is this chap anyway, Winklebottom?
Oh, Guilford's an old school friend of mine. Top of his class, went on to become an admiral. Then rapidly undertook a number of privately funded expeditions to all four corners of the globe.
Bit of a swot then, eh? We had no time for his sort of nice school.
Evidently so, my friend. Right, let's get this boat ticket and be on our way. Where is the ticket anyway, Frumple?
Oh, I slipped it into the newspaper for safekeeping.
新聞紙の下に潜り込ませておいたよ。
Winklebottom cracks the case. A touch sensational, but they appear to have got most of the salient facts correct.
Never mind all that. What do they say about me?
Ah, well, let me see. Yes, here it is. Lord Winklebottom was assisted by his associate, Mr. Frumple.
Mister? Dash it all, I didn't spend 8 years in medical school to be called Mister. Bunch of bloody hacks.
Well, never mind that now, old boy. We have to get going if we're to catch this boat before nightfall.
No, I'm quite vexed now. I shan't leave until I've had a fresh cup of tea to calm me down. This one's practically tepid.
Oh, very well. I'll make you a fresh cup. The pot should be ready now. Ah, here's the ticket. I'll keep hold of this for now.
インクルボトム卿は出会った動物についてノートに書き留めている。見てみよう。リストテレス・ギルフリー、謎の招待状送付、孤島に住んでいる。なるほど。紅茶を入れろって言ってたから。
A jug of milk, delivered fresh this morning, I believe.
Indeed, yes. Miss Daisy brought it over
デイジ
personally.
ー夫人自らが持ってきてくれた。これは
I'll take this. Good for the old
取っ
bones,
て
you
お
know.
こう。骨にいいだろう。そうでもないと思うけど。インベントリー、スクリーン下に拾ったアイテムのインベントリが表示される。クリック&ドラッグで組み合わせてみよう。右クリックでアイテムの説明が見られる。右クリックでアイテム
A
の
jug
説明
containing
が。
milk for our tea.
はいはいはい。これをこう。
I put the milk in the cup.
はいはいはい。だからこれも取る。
Now to pour some out for the good doctor.
博士さん。で、こうです。
And in with the tea.
これでいいんじゃない？
Here you are then, a nice fresh cup of tea.
Ah, that's much better. I say, this tastes a bit off. Did you put the milk in first or something?
はい、こだわりがあります。
Wrong? Wrong? What sort of animal do you think I am?
A most fine one, my friend. Come along, we need to be off. The ticket says we are to meet a
紅
Mr.
茶の
Walters
ね、
at the
ミルク
docks,
と
and he'll
紅茶
sail us
の
out
ど
to
っち
Guilford's
先に入
Oh,
れるかみたいなね。
very well. I suppose this will
こ
have
だわ
to
りがあっ
do.
たりするん
Milk
ですよ
first,
ね。
I ask you.
イギリス人は。
Ah, just smell that salty sea air. Takes me back to my childhood holidays on the coast with Guilfrey. Even then, you could tell the old boy was destined for a life on the waves.
Don't much care for it myself. Went on a ghastly school trip to Blackpool as a lad. I tried to go for a donkey ride. Donkey was furious. He told me I was too heavy.
ハバはロバには乗
Well,
れな
never
く
mind
な
that
い。
now, old boy. We need to find the docks and this salty Walters chap who's
そら
going
乗
to
れ
take
ね
us
え
over to Guilford's Island.
手詰まりになったらフランプル博士に聞いてみよう。博士のティーカップを選択したらアドバイスがもらえる。これね。
Any ideas, old thing?
We should probably check around for this Walters fellow we got the tickets from.
チケットを出たウォルター。オーナー。
Let me in, you bleeding crooked canine. Oh, hello, sir. Sorry, in a bit of a jam.
穏やかじゃないね。挨拶。
Good day to you, sir.
Bleeding well isn't a good day. That reprobate Walters has locked me
オーナー
out
な
of
の
my
に
own
追い出され
pub.
てんの。
I do apologise, sir. Shouldn't take it out on you,
腹
like,
パ
but
ッ
he's
チパ
going
チ
to
や
drink
ぞ。
me out of business if I don't get back in there to
シャツ
stop
パ
him.
ッチパ
Indeed
チや
so,
ぞ。
quite the predicament.
パブ。
So this is your establishment, I take it?
Indeed so, sir. Used to be my father's, but I took it over as the oldest of the litter. We do a good trade, serving the sailors and dock workers, even if we have to put up with less savoury characters from time to time.
I say, Winklebottom, I do hope he's not talking about the chap who's meant to sail us out to the island.
Can we help you get the door open? I'm rather afraid I have business with this Walters fella.
He's bleeding well gone and locked the door from the inside, and my spare key is in my
一番
bedroom on
上
the
の
top
階
floor.
の
How am I meant to get
寝
up
室にあ
there?
る。
Sounds rather like your forte, what?
I do have a certain talent for retrieving things from high places, yes.
まあ確か
Oh,
にね。
if you wouldn't mind, sir.
隙間風が
It's
ひ
the
どくて
window
締め
on
切
the
ってるん
right
だ
up。there. Not the left one. That leads to the hallway, and we had it sealed up, as it lets a proper terrible draft in right through the pub. We catch our death if you open that one.
OK。あ、
Keep away from that window. Lets in a terrible draft, it does.
ダメかい。お。ああ。取れな
Well,
い。
I can see them, but they're rather frustratingly out of reach.
これは
Lord Winklebottom committing common larceny? Most certainly not.
取らねえよってかい。届かないと。届かない。
The door to the pub is locked.
Yeah, so the
開かない。
fellow over there seems rather put out by it.
はいはいはいはいはい。働き者。
I say, old chap, a moment of your time. Greetings, my good man.
Good day to you. What can I do for you?
I have a ticket for conveyance of myself and my colleague here with a Mr. Walters. I wonder if you know the gentleman.
That layabout.
な
Oh,
わ
I
け
know
もで
him
す
all
か。
right, but you'll not be going anywhere with him till he pays his docking fees. Nobody leaves this dock without my say-so. No docking fees, no permit to leave.
I say, Winklebottom, this Walters fellow sounds like a flaky sort of character, what?
Well, can we discuss this permit?
許可を得る。
How might we obtain a permit to allow us to leave the dock?
Well, you could get Walters to pay his docking fees, but that's not likely to happen. Tell you what, I'm a bit
Haranen kai.
short-staffed today. So if you help me with repairing this
ね
ship,
修
I'll
理。
give you a permit.
ああ、はい。
Manual labour? Very much like the sound of that. I have a surgeon's
ご存知かな。
hooves, don't you know?
手伝う。
Well, what can we do to help?
I can do the actual work, but I've run out of wood. I need some planks or something.
板が
Very
必
well,
要。
we shall obtain some wood for you.
Also, this barrel of tar here is solidified. I don't need much, but I need a way to melt some of it.
Some way to melt the tar, I see.
Shouldn't be a problem for a genius like you, eh, what?
ジーニアス。
Right then, Frumple, let's see what we can do about getting hold of this permit.
なるほどね。大きなボート。
Ah, perhaps this is the vessel Mr. Walters will be using to convey us to Guilford's Island.
Dashwell hope not, what with that blasted great hole in the side of it.
お。これ
A
は
boat hook. This should come in handy.
拝借。ロープ。
Let's take this with us, just in case.
拝借。道具箱
You。know, Frumple, we might be able to make use of this saw.
Blimey, not the friendliest chap, is he?
取れない。
I say, Winklebottom, have a look at this tiny little boat. Wouldn't fancy my chances trying to cross the sea in this thing,
こ
eh?
れでも
What's
無
so,
理
old
だ。
man?
なるほどね。
A collection of barrels. Seem heavy, so they're all in use.
さて。ここで、まあこれでかな。
Ah, yes, this seems to be just the ticket. Perhaps I should keep this hook for collecting out-of-reach leaves.
うん。
Lord Winklebottom, come in.
これは
Lord Winklebottom, come
はい。取らねえよと。オーナーに渡すのかな、これ。
Right then, this should do the trick.
Oh, thank you kindly, sir. Right then, let's see what that bleeder has been up to in my
見
pub.
てやらないと。
Wouldn't fancy being in that fellow's shoes, eh?
You'll bleeding well pay for this, Walters. Look what you've done. This bleeding barrel is bleeding well
空っぽ
empty
じゃね
now.
えか。
Get out, you hear?
keep your snout out me business. I be leaving in my own time.
陸
Won't
物
be taking no orders from a landlubber like
陸
you.
物ってか
I
お
say,
前も
Bramble,
陸
this
物
is
だ
the
ろ
chap who's going to
犬
sail
な
us
ん
to
だ
the
ろ
island.
Fella looks like he's barely able to stand, let alone sail a ship.
はいはいはい
Aye, what is it?
挨拶
Greetings, my good man.
Well, spit it out. What be you wanting, stranger?
後悔
You are Salty Walters, I take it?
That I am, and don't you be forgetting it neither.
Then you want to take us to the Isle of Barghest.
Nope, I be staying here with me.
Come on,
I'll
didn't I?
not be sailing today. Not for
Oi.
you nor anybody else.
I say, you rotter, we have tickets, you know.
金
Pay
払
for
ってん
in
だよこ
advance.
っちは
Nar.
物売るってレベルじゃねえぞ
Now look here, you bounder. We have tickets, and you will jolly well sail us out to that island. Dash it all.
I won't be sailing today.
塩辛い海水洗い流すん
to
だ
wash away the terrible taste of the salty seawater. Hates it, I does. I'll not be sailing again for a while now that I've got that accursed taste out of my system.
Ironic that a man named Salty should hate the taste of seawater so, isn't it, Frumple?
Dashed inconvenient if you ask
難
me.
点でしかない
Well, goodbye then.
Fellow seems more than a little worse for wear thanks to all that
なるほど
beer.
ね
This fireplace is as cool as the atmosphere in here.
はいはいはいはいはいはい
Since the landlord is looking the other way, perhaps I might borrow this for a moment. I'll be sure to return it, naturally.
Fella's probably used to things going walkabout in this place anyway.
拝借なるほど
I say, barkeep, would you mind awfully if I took this empty
空の
barrel?
樽
You'd be doing me a favour. That beer-soaked bulldog has emptied it anyway.
Damned if I can figure out where you keep all this stuff, Winklebottom.
How can I help you, sir?
I wonder what you can tell us about the sailor who's been slumped over that table over there.
The bane of my bleeding existence, that's what he is. He's cleared me out.
締め出
Can
さ
you
れて
believe it? Drunk all my
オー
bleeding
ナーなの
beer
に
he
締め
has.
出され
Very
て
bothersome, I'm sure.
暖炉
I say, old chap, any chance of lighting the fire? There's a bit of a nip in the air after all.
No
金が
bleeding
かかっちま
way.
うだ
Cost me money, that does. And with that waste of space drinking me out of house and home, I need to save every last shilling. I'd have to get a lot colder before I start a fire.
うーん
I say, old boy, would you mind awfully letting us have that jug of rum you have sitting on the bar over there?
Well, I suppose you did help me get back into my pub.
うーんくれるん
Fine.
だ
You can have the bleeding thing. On the house, like.
Well, thank you for your time.
Very good, sir.
はいちょうだい
We should take our reward with us.
したらここを開ければいいのかな
Now let's see if we can't get this window open. No, it's no good. Stuck fast.
開かない
Another
か
go. Probably just been painted over.
Well, if you say
Litate.
so, just one more... Oh. Oh dear, well that didn't go entirely according to plan. How awfully embarrassing.
い
Still
や
got the job done, what?
強盗だよやってること
I say, it is rather chilly in here, what?
Yeah, it's colder than Poseidon's
ポセイ
drawers
ド
in
の下
here.
より冷えるな
Oh, for goodness sake. I'll have to light the bleeding fire now.
おーだこれをこうですガシャー
Now to heat this poker up somewhat. Yes, this has done the trick splendidly.
Be careful with that thing. Don't want to burn a hole in your britches.
これをこうってやり
I
ゃ
have reservations about doing this.
まあそりゃそうだはいじゃあ氷に入れてこれをねまあこうかな
Right then, Frumble, just watch this. Yes, the hot poker is melting through the tar like butter.
Oh, what a noxious niff. Let's get rid of this stuff quickly.
これをこうか
This is just what I need. I could use this to waterproof the repair.
なるほど
I say, old chap, a moment.
カモメ
The fellow over there is proving a bit troublesome.
Oh, him? He's harmless, really. At least as long as you don't
眼球を大切に思っ
greatly
ていない
value your
限りはね
eyeballs.
Delightful.
You'll not be getting anything out of him till he's got his morning drink inside of him. And I'm not talking about coffee, if you take my meaning.
I see.
I see
Well then, thank you for your
I
time.
see はい
Here you are then, sir, some alcohol. Perhaps this will quench your thirst.
I say, you nearly ripped your blasted hoof off.
うわ、すごい。
Well, that seems to have calmed him down considerably. Though I can't help but feel we aren't really helping the poor wretch here.
はい。
You know what, Frumple? I'm rather inclined to leave this fella alone now.
話は聞けねえんかい。
Now this fellow has calmed down, I'm sure he won't object to us borrowing his saw.
もらっていこう。
You see? Doesn't mind a bit.
さて、これをね、これと組み合わせるでしょう、きっと。
Now, Frumple, you hold onto the barrel, and I'll attempt to chop it up.
Careful where you're waving that thing. No, the doctor's around to patch me up if you slip, you know.
やるなよ、やるなよ。絶対やるなよ。やるやつや、それ。
Will this do the job?
Ah, yes. This'll do nicely. I could use this wood for me repairs. Thank you for that, fellas. Now I can repair the hole in this boat. First class job. Even if I do say so
な
myself.
かなか、
Well, nobody else is likely to.
Well, with that done, I'm finished for the day, so you're both free to go. Give this permit to Walters and let him know
今
his
回
deck
は
is cleared.
ね。
This time.
オッケーオッケー。そんでもって。ヒント。
Any ideas, old thing?
Need to get that sailor fella to do his job.
追い出せる方法がないか探してみよう。
Oi, what is it?
許可書。
I say, old boy, we have a permit here. You're free to leave the docks whenever you wish.
Does that long neck of yours make you hard of hearing or something? I already said I'll not be leaving here while I still have me drinks.
I say, this is just too much. You, sir, are a cad, a bounder,
口悪いな、
a
フランプ
rotter,
博士。
hang it all.
Steady on there, old boy.
なるほ
goodbye
ど。
then.
Fellow seems more than a little worse for the...
なるほど。なるほど。でいん。
Arr! What terrible siren song be that? Last orders are upon us already. Quake, you rapacious rapscallion. I've been eating more beer.
盗め、盗め。
Just 1 minute. Don't think you can pinch me point just because I be looking the other way. That be mine, you great thieving scallywag. Who's off it?
まあ、盗っ人ではあるから
Ah,
な。
'twas but a false alarm.
ああ、ナベルは間違いか。でいん。
I've
だ
tied the ropes with the handle.
だ
Now I'll lower the jug down on this rope and... Yes! We now have a jug full to the brim with salty seawater.
はい。チリン。
Arr! What terrible siren song be that? Last orders are upon us already. Quake, you rapacious rapscallion. I've been eating more
この立
beer.
ってる後ろ姿ちょっと可愛いな。GO!
Quickly, while he's not looking, just pour this into his beer.
Arr! What be this foul flavour? Oh, me last beer is ruined, and that picaroon pig won't sell me no more.
Do I take it you might now be willing to carry out your job?
No reason not to now. Maybe the Admiral can see his way to providing me with a bit of the old grog. Go way back, him and me.
Shall we meet at the docks then?
Aye, I'd be waiting at me vessel. Make it quick, mind you.
OK。
My word, there appears to be a storm coming in. We must make haste and get out of the island before it hits.
なに急い急い。おはそっちかい。おい
Wait, you don't mean this is your ship?
Aye, that it be? And what of it?
I just
Don't
don't think it
know.
looks particularly seaworthy.
She's a fine vessel. Served me on many a long voyage, she has. Besides, I be the only sailor for hire in the dock right now, so you don't have a choice.
That's not terribly reassuring.
Shall we set sail for the island then?
Aye, that we will. All me permits are in
Ah,
order, so
guest
all
was
aboard
smart.
for the
He's a
Isle of
ship, that's
Vargest.
う あららららら。首長えな。第1幕、山椒魚殺人事件。おー、響いてるな。
Made it at last. Madam, would you be so kind as to let your master know?
Oh, sir, it's terrible. A tragedy. The master, he's dead.
I say what?
It's true, sir. Oh, the poor master. I found him, sir, just floating there in his tube. Stiff as a board he was.
なんて恐ろしい。
Gilfrey dead, but this doesn't make any sense. He was in the
あ
prime
い
of
つ
his
はお
life.
牛のよう
The
に屈
fellow
強
was
な
as
男
strong
で、
as an
マジ
ox.
かい。
Very tiny ox anyway.
Ah,
I say,
ちっちゃい
old chap,
牛ね。
I am sorry.
We should take a look just to be certain. Madam, Dr. Frumple here will want to examine the poor fellow.
And if there's even a hint of foul play, you can be certain that Lord Winklebottom will get to the bottom of it.
Oh, my lord, thank God you're here. The master spoke of you often.
Tell me, who else is in the house?
Well, my lord, there's the staff. That's myself and Ambrose, the butler.
庭師。
The gong over there should summon him. Also,
Maid
Pumphrey, the gardener.
Ambrose.
Though he's been moping around outside the lake.
執事
Miserable old sod he is.
Pumphrey.
Oh, sorry, my lord.
Anybody
はい
else?
はいはい。
Oh, yes, my lord. There are a great many guests here today. The master had a big announcement to make, he said.
Right, Frumple, we should have a look at poor Gilfrey, then introduce ourselves to the other guests. Thank you, madam, you've been most helpful.
You're welcome, my lord. Have you any luggage with
Ambrose.
you? I can have Ambrose take it upstairs for you.
Alas, no, we lost most of our possessions on the journey over here. Our means of conveyance
ほとん
turned
どの
out
荷
to be
物失ったので。
unstable.
It was all I could do to keep hold of me tea.
いや、紅茶。紅茶は大事だからね。なるほど。アンブローズ。ギルフリー。アンブローズ、怠け者。ベリルね。うんうんうん。
Perhaps we could discuss the other people who are here. Who else is on the staff here?
Other than Ambrose, there's just Pumphrey, the gardener. Such a shame to see the house so low on staff. Oh, my
様も
lord,
も
you
う亡
should
くな
have
って
seen
る
the
のか。
place where my mistress was still alive.
Used to be more of you, eh?
Oh, yes, sir. It's really just a skeleton staff now. The master was away so much on his
hi, hi,
travels. More so since
No,
the
no.
mistress passed away. He doesn't need a full staff these days, I'm afraid.
What can you tell me about the guests here?
I don't know any of them well. It's the first time we've had guests since the mistress died. God rest her soul.
最近亡くな
You're
った
the
の
last to
かな。
arrive,
そ
so
んな
you'll find
こ
them
とな
all
いか。
around the house.
なるほど。
Thank you very much. Do you know why we've all been invited here?
Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. I don't. The master was being most
研究
mysterious
してる。
about it. Something to do with his research, I'd fancy, but it's all beyond me.
That'll be all for now, madam.
お嬢さん。しばらく勤めている。あ、ソルティだ。見た目から明らかな大酒飲み。これギルフリーね。
Ah, a portrait of the great fellow himself.
Distinguished looking chap, eh, Winklebottom?
This is a portrait of Gilfrey's late wife, Ethelberta. She died tragically only a few years ago.
結婚
How did she die?
Die, anyway.
It was a terrible incident
飛行
involving
船
an
の大
airship.
事故。
I say, crashed with her on board.
No, she flew too close to the propellers and...
あららら
You
ら
can
らら
imagine
ら
the
ら。
rest.
Oh, grisly way to go.
あららららら。どうやって出会ったのこれ。すごいね。
Another fine piece of artwork from Gilfrey's collection. A painting of Gilfrey's only daughter, Constance.
I say, Winklebottom, that fella must have been going like a bomb when you ran into that wall.
壁
What?
に突っ込んだ時
I think I've heard that one before, and it's
セ
not
ン
in
スが
very
いい
good
とは言え
taste.
ないよ。
I suppose when you think about it, it is quite an odd tradition. A little morbid, in fact. Look, the poor
服だっ
fellow
て
even
まだ
has some of
ネ
his
クタイ
clothes
してる
still
か
on him.
This chap is beyond even your skills, I fear. Let's leave him be. Another fine piece of artwork from Gilfrey's collection. A bust of the great Caesar. Gilfrey was most interested in ancient history.
Good grief, look at his eyes. They'll be
Sarı
more
da
soulless than the real thing.
What is it with you and primates, Frumple?
霊長類と何かあったのかね。
A bust of the great composer, Beethoven.
ベート
Not
ー
just
ベ
a
ン。
great composer, but an excellent at tricks too, you know. I hear he was an expert at rolling over.
ベートーベン。
Oh, I say, a gong. Shall I gong it?
I'm not entirely convinced that gong is a verb, but very well if you...
Gong.
You don't actually need to say gong, you know.
Oh, well, I suppose, but where's the fun in that?
Strange, the maid said this would call the butler, but he's nowhere to be seen.
誰も来ないと。電話。
It would be prudent to alert someone on the mainland to the death. Hello? Operator? Ah yes, hello. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to connect me to Scotland Yard.
Oh.
Inspector Culver's office, if you please. Yes, thank you.
ちゃんと繋がるじゃん。
What the devil? The lights have gone out.
ありがちなやつ。
What on earth was all that about?
I'm not sure. I say, the telephone line has gone dead. And look at this.
Crikey, that's a bit of a mess. What could have done this?
Well, one thing's for sure, we're not going to be able to contact the mainland
Ima
until we can
kireta
get
no.
this repaired.
お前が引っ張ったんじゃないのそれ。お前が引っ張ったんちゃうんそれ。
This wire has been severed cleanly too, by the looks of it.
Bit suspect if you ask me. Can we repair it?
Maybe if we can find some replacement wire to bridge the gap.
よし、今日はここまでにしようかな。どっか一個入るか。部屋、キッチン、ダイニング、まあ客も。客も入って終わりかな、今日は。お、いるね。いっぱいいるね。